What do you think about Arsenal so far? Only one defeat against Bournemouth last week, and draws against City and Brighton, Atalanta.
Brighton,
Other than that, they won against Spurs, PSG, Villa. Let's say.
Disappointing with the discipline issue. The only 3 games you mentioned they haven't won have been when they've played with 10 men. Every other game they won, they played with 11. So obviously the discipline issue, 3 red cards in 8 games is obviously at this level is not great. I know 2 of them were kind of maybe bad decisions by the referee, especially the Declan Rice against Brighton. Saliba against Bournemouth, I don't agree with the rule. I think the rule itself is stupid. He's on the halfway line. It's not a goal opportunity, but nevertheless, that's the law. In terms of the play, it's another step in the right direction. Don't forget Odegaard's been injured for the last month or so. Saka's injured. Rice was suspended. Trossard was suspended. Saliba's now suspended. Overall pretty happy. I think, the team looks in a good place. Obviously, injuries are an issue. The 4 left backs, 3 of them are injured, with Zinchenko, Tomiyasu, and Timber. Luckily, there's Calafiori. So
Tomiyasu, he's injured quite often. He's come back recently, but is injured again. And we know he's a good player and very
good player,
popular from Arsenal fans, and he shows a good performance on the pitch. However, the frequency of his injuries is an issue. If it's not so consistent, I think it's difficult for the manager and the club. Even so, do you think he's still important for the club?
Yeah, very important. And I think for his intelligence with football, when he's fit, he's as good as any other left back in the team. He's equally as good as Calafiori. Again, maybe Calafiori is more athletic, going up and down the pitch, but in terms of ability, are equally matched. Definitely better than Timber, in my opinion. Definitely better than Zinchenko, in my opinion. But you're right, injuries are his issue. Like you say, he had injury, he came back, he got injured again. I think without even playing a competitive game. And the reason, why I say he's so valuable, like I said, is his intelligence. He's an incredibly intelligent footballer. He reads the game so well. He never really makes a mistake. Rarely. Maybe he's not the most spectacular player. But he doesn't make mistakes. He's reliable. You can depend 100% on him. Physically, he's quite strong. He's quite big. Top player. And I think, like you say as well, he's a fan favourite. People love him at the stadium. Or often when he's on the bench or when he's starting, you'll hear the songs. Just a shame for him, really, that injuries have limited his time.
Why do you think he's injured so often? I think he's thin for a Premier League defender, and my guess is because of that, and his body physicality isn't good enough for.
Well, like I said, all the injuries he's had have been in training, or they've been unrelated to. I've never seen him being subbed off during a game for injury. So I think physically he's up to it. It might be one of those players who suffers injuries, muscular injuries, or it could be tiredness. They're playing a lot of games nowadays. I don't know. I mean, he's 26 years, I think, 25, 26 years old, still a young guy. Hopefully shake this one off. I think what he needs is, kind of a regular run of games, like last season when he had kind of 7-8 games in a row, and he was absolutely excellent. A couple of assists, I think 1 goal actually as well. But defensively, very reliable. I feel sad for him because it's not his fault, and he's not doing anything unprofessional. He's the ultimate footballing professional, in my opinion.
I think he knows what the issue is because he's a very professional guy, and I think he's trying to improve this.
Totally. But like I said, if he's just one of those players maybe that gets injured, that's just part of him as a player, I guess. But I hope he gets a quick recovery, and I hope he'll be back soon because Arsenal need him back.
What do you think about Arsenal so far this season?
I feel like lots of people hate Arsenal, right? Like, you know, like in like people that watch football and stuff, people really hate Arsenal for some reason. And sometimes I think that I see a bit of bias, even from like referees and stuff, where I'm not saying that the red card might not have been deserved, but you see other teams do the same thing and they're not getting red cards. They're not getting red cards. But when it's Arsenal, it's like, yeah, take a red card, you know?
Fair.
Yeah, I just wish it was more consistent. Like, fine, if somebody does something and you're going to do that, but make sure you're doing it with everybody else as well. You know? I felt like that in the Man City game when we got a red card.
Yeah.
You know? That game was so stressful to me because I knew it was going to happen, you know? I was right at the end of the game and I was just like, blow the whistle, just finish the game. Like, we won the game, just finish the game. And then the extra time, just going and going and going. And then they scored. And I thought, they did it on purpose. You could have just blown the whistle any time and finished the game. Why is this still going on, you know? Yeah. And I thought, because it was such a great performance, getting that red card and then being able to do that with Man City, you know? And I just thought, this is the most amazing thing I've seen Arsenal do in a long time. And then that's what happened. But like in that game, for example, that red card again, you know, do it with everybody else as well. It's not fair then. So it's a bit frustrating. It's very frustrating to be an Arsenal fan.
I have a question about Tomiyasu. You know, he's injured quite often. He's came back recently and then he injured again. He's great on the pitch, but the issue is that he's not on the pitch.
I think it's difficult. I think it's just unfortunate, isn't it? There's other players like that as well. Not just in Arsenal, but in other teams. They're like quality players. And obviously that's not what you want, you know, because I know probably like all of those footballers, they want to be out on the pitch, you know, they want to be part of it and stuff like this. So it must be very frustrating. And he makes a difference when he's on the pitch. Like he does. You can't really do anything about it, unfortunately, you know, but I don't think it will affect him in the sense, I don't think they're going to get rid of him or anything like that, because he is one of our quality players, you know. But then Arsenal needs to do like work accordingly, like other teams will have to do as well. If you know that you've got somebody that's injury prone, you need to have backups for that person. You know, you need to make sure that you have somebody that can step in those moments, because then that's the problem as well. I don't know if it has a part to play, but if they're rushing you back after your injury, like, oh no, but we need you back. So like, okay, we've given you the time you need, but we need you back, so you've got to come back. But maybe they could have had a month more off, because then they had an extra recovery time. But then if you don't have somebody to replace, then you're just going to want that person back, and that might lead to another injury very quickly again. As I said, when he is fit, when he comes on the pitch, he makes a difference to the game. So, you know, it's never when he comes on, it's not like, oh no, why is he coming on? Or like, oh, he didn't make a difference, why did he pick that person? It's never that. Like, you know, he's going to come on and do a good job. And I've seen him multiple times come on later on in a game, and then we score because of something he's helped to do. So I think he's still an asset to the team, even though he's injured, you know?